Very good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our practical workshop on using corpora to teach sociolinguistics. So we have about 3 hours together with a break in the middle to reflection and get some coffee in the middle, and we'll be looking at some of the new tools developed at Lancaster that are targeted directly to be used in the classroom, so for teachers, students, but also corpus linguists who are interested in the application of corpus linguistics in pedagogical practice. So this is the sort of TaLC ground, and you are really welcome to and we are so glad that you joined us this afternoon. I'm going to kick off. My name is Vasil Brezina. There's Dana Gavlasova from Lancaster University. Then we have our wonderful doctoral researchers, Irene Marin Cervantes and Tanjun Liu, who are going to help out with a practical session as well. So we'll have lots of opportunities to talk about corpora together and see how that works, and hopefully everything is going to work well today. Although you can never guarantee that with technology and some people connecting with different devices, but we'll see how that goes, and we'll deal with that. So you've received a handout for this workshop, and there are some sort of practical exercises. But before we look at the handout, we are going to introduce the idea of corpora in the classroom, and especially corpora as used in the exploration of sociolinguistic variation, both for native speaker classrooms like A-level English, but also EFL, ESL context, which might be also relevant to some of you, because as you know, corpora are extremely versatile. So without further ado, I just want to introduce the project, and then Dana will tell you more about the specifics of and the background and the specifics of the individual tools. So this is part of a larger project that we developed at Lancaster, Corpus for Schools, and we are really interested in the various different ways in which corpora can be used in the classroom. So the main aim is to bring corpora and corpus methods into the classroom to teach students about the use of English language. And with sociolinguistics, the sort of main key term is variation, because obviously there are sort of different uses of the language depending on the particular context. So we want to be sensitive to those contexts and actually teach students about the fact that language is actually not monolithic, but it is used by different groups of speakers in a different way. So that's the sort of whole purpose behind this. We've developed some tools that we would like to introduce to you this afternoon, but we've also developed some teaching materials. So all the teaching materials that are in the handouts and many more are available for free to students and teachers to be used together with those tools. So we want to make this as easy and as accessible to different groups of users as possible. As I mentioned before, our target beneficiaries obviously are people interested in corpora from different perspectives, researchers, but specifically also A-level English language students and teachers, and also EFL, ESL teachers that want to explore language using corpora. Before we start talking about these tools, I would like to take 2 minutes now. If you haven't said hi to the person sitting next to you, you have a wonderful opportunity to do it now. And take 2 minutes to discuss these 2 questions. Do you have experience with using corpora or corpus-based materials in the classroom? And if so, what will be the major challenges in applying corpus tools and materials in the classroom? Talk now.
You start. I'm Michael, and I'm using Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's in research now. Yeah. I asked them to decide what they want to write about. Literature, so they have to find existing affiliates and then format them TXT. And that's the reference point. And then they can do.
Okay, I know that you are still talking. Let's just stop you for a moment. This is a wonderful topic that we can throughout. So can we return to our large group, please? Those people who are still talking.
You need to squirt, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry. I know this is a very fruitful topic, but let's discuss some of these things together. And obviously, there will be many opportunities throughout this practical workshop to discuss your individual experience and whether actually what we've been developing at Lancaster would align in some way to what your experience is. So, just a very quick show of hands. How many people have experience with using corpora in the classroom? Just show of hands. Brilliant. wonderful group with a majority of people here in the room. Any challenges? Just sort of any keywords that would sort of come to mind if you sort of say corpora and the classroom. Any problems? Any issues? Yes.
Asking the right questions.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always about asking the right questions, isn't
and
it?
interpreting the results.
Yeah. Absolutely, right. So where to start and what the sort of also the tasks might be to actually make the corpora accessible. Any other?
A lot of human expertise and time.
Right, time consuming and also expertise that is required for this. Not only from students but also from the educators, from the teachers. Any other
it's difficult to let the teacher know the difference, because I have this question of the difference between textbooks and corpus. Are the same teaching the same thing?
And we hear that from teachers all the time. We have the textbooks, and on top of that we have some corpora, and on top of that we might have some extra materials. How can we reconcile that? Because there's almost too much material out there. So it's sort of a matter of prioritizing and finding sort of the right types of materials for different types of learners as well. So again, there will be quite sort of an individual answer. Corpora are probably much more flexible than sort of printed textbooks, because corpora can answer hopefully most of our questions, whereas the textbooks has a textbook has sort of pre-researched answers and sort of a given set of answers. This sort of diversity and exploratory learning that we can experience through corpora. Any other thoughts? Yes?
The availability and the quality of the corpus.
Absolutely, right. We need a good corpus, and a corpus that will be suitable for the classroom context as well. And they might not always be available. But today we'll show you some of the corpora that we sort of developed and sort of put into our tools that can be used.
Same with analysis. Not having to pay for access and so on.
Right, yeah, that's very important as well, because we can't be asking students to register for a sort of a commercial tool and use that in the classroom. It has to be flexible enough And one of the things that all of the tools developed at Lancaster are free to use because we believe that we want to be sharing this as part of the community, so people interested in using corpora. So all of the tools that we will be talking today are free to use for anyone in any context, and we will ask even people to register for those. Okay, brilliant. So I've mentioned the tools. There will be two tools explored in this session. The first one, in the first half of this workshop, before the break, we'll be looking at a brand new tool. So we are almost you are the first group of people to explore this tool with us in a beta version, which will be launched later this year. And this is a sociolinguistic tool that analyses the British National Corpus, both the old one, but also the brand new one, the British National Corpus 2014. So, really great current data of spoken British English. After the break, we'll be looking at Langsbox, a tool into which you can load your own data, or the data produced by your own students, for instance, and analyse it together with them. Langsbox also offers many corpora that are available for download for free, so you can actually use it out of the box straight away in the classroom. So there are no conditions really here. You can just start using it straight away. The most important keywords that when we sort of thought about corpora in the classroom, and so we're brainstorming what the number one priority would be for us as educators, and we can sort of discuss it, and would really love to hear what your thoughts are. But I think so number one priority would be accessibility on so many different levels, right? The tools need to be accessible to a wide range of audiences, students of different age groups, researchers, but also it has to be sort of freely available for anyone to go and sort of start using straight away. And we want to sort of actually get rid of all the barriers that there might be with using corpora in the classroom. So now Dana is going to take over, and she will be talking about the sort of specifics of this project. And do you want to use? Yes, it's the brilliant.
All right, so I'm going to talk about. I'm going to introduce the TaLC lab interface. First of all, and its features before we start using it, so know what's in it. But before we go into it, I would just like to very briefly talk about a build on what Václav said. Why use corpora in the classroom, right? Why even bother? When we've got so many materials, this might be time consuming, and all the issues that you've raised, right? So one of the, of course, massive underlying methods and principles behind using corpora is the principle of letting students discover the patterns in language for themselves, right? And I'll just talk about that very briefly. And we believe that if we use this method that underlies using corpora in the classroom, we can contribute to two major areas of knowledge. On the one hand, to enhance students' linguistic knowledge, and this can be both, because ESL, EFL students, so people for whom this is not their first language, but as Václav said, we are also working with native speakers of English in their A-level high school classes, where they're learning, where they go through A-levels English language, so they're learning about English language rather than how to use it. So we believe that in terms of the linguistic knowledge, the discovering of patterns can help students of both groups to understand linguistic concepts, whatever, get the linguistic knowledge through noticing, through exposure and repeated kind of intensive exposure. And of course, there's the added benefit of working with authentic communication. And this can be especially beneficial if you are in context where English, and in our case it is English, is not the language of your community, so you just do not have that exposure. You might have limited class time as well. So this would allow you to get access to some of the real messy language that we do not get in textbooks that often. But there's also the second kind of dimension of skills that we can get through discovering patterns ourselves with our students, and these are the quantitative and problem-solving skills. And I think these are very important to develop as well as the kind of direct